Hey folks, welcome back to Zork. This is a nice quiet game for me to play in the mornings before after I get up, before I go to the gym. So I thought I'd play a little bit more of this. I was really enjoying playing this actually. It really brought back memories of being a kid when I used to play these kind of games a lot. And I thought I'd change it a little bit so that we've got the game window on the right and the map here on the left, so you can actually see this. I'll still be pausing the game so that I can fill the map in, and you won't have to see all that stuff. Let's just restore the game anyway. Okay, let's just look where we are. Okay, we're in the deep canyon, so that's here. And so you're on the south edge of a deep canyon. Passages lead off to the east, northwest, and southwest. A stairway leads down. You can hear the sound of flowing water from below. So yeah, just so you can see what's going on with the map, by the way, I might have to actually extend this up, and because it looks like we've got places coming out this way. So let's go to the east, because we went east before and we kind of expended the there was a dead end over here, with these white cliffs. At least it felt like a dead end anyway. So let's try going east. A dam. You are standing at the top of the flood control dam number 3, which was quite a tourist attraction in times far distant. There are paths to the north, south and west and a scramble down. The sluice gates on the dam are closed. Behind the dam there can be seen a wide reservoir. Water is pouring over the top of the now abandoned dam. There is a control panel here on which a large metal bolt is mounted. Directly above the bolt is a small plastic green bubble. Okay, well, this makes it loads easier to map, because the reason why I did this, by the way, is not just so that you guys get to see the map. It's also because I was having to alt tab between the map here and the game, and it was taking a long time. So like a half an hour episode was going to take me about 45 minutes or an hour. So this is just a real time saver for me as well. Let me know if those of you who are watching this, by the way. I don't imagine I'm going to get many people watching this series, but I'm really just playing it more for my own pleasure than anything. But for those of you who are watching, let me know what you think about the about this. Okay. So we've got sluice gates on the dam. Behind the dam can be seen a wide reservoir. Okay. I think before we start messing around with this stuff, let's just do some exploration. So we can go back west to the deep canyon, and we can go down as well. Or we can go north, south, or north or south. Let's try going north and see what's that way. So this is the dam lobby. This room appears to have been the waiting room for groups during the groups touring the dam. There are open doorways here to the north and east marked private, and there is a path south leading over the top of the dam. Some guidebooks entitled Flood Control Dam number 3 are on the reception desk. There is a matchbook whose cover says, Visit Beautiful FCD number 3 here. Okay, so what are we going to do? North and east marked private. Let's try going north. Okay, so we're in the maintenance room. This is what appears to have been the maintenance room for Flood Control Dam number 3. Apparently this room has been ransacked recently, for most of the valuable equipment is gone. On the wall in front of you is a group of buttons coloured blue, yellow, brown and red. There are doorways to the west and south. There's a group of tool chests here, and there's a wrench. There's an object which looks like a tube of toothpaste, and there's a screwdriver. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. So now we're getting into the meat of Zork. There's going to be loads and loads of stuff here going on. Let me just put myself in a link between these two. All right, so I think we've probably got too much stuff. Oh, by the way, one thing I did notice when I was looking, I had a quick look at my game last time, and the Let's Play video 1, and I went back and actually looked. When I was in the living room, when I put the egg into the trophy case, I actually got more score. Now, I don't know if that means that the trophy case is basically where you're supposed to put your treasure. This is quite common in text adventures. This was in Twin Kingdom Valley as well, if I remember right. And it was also in The Hobbit too. So you've often got a chest or something that you can put your treasure in, and it gives you score, right? So you collect treasure from around the game, and it gives you the ability to complete the game and sort of test yourself to how much score you can get too. So I don't know if I was supposed to leave the egg in there, but we are actually hoisting around a lot of gear. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff. Anything that I leave around, I'm going to have to make sure I mark it down on the map, because a lot of this stuff is likely to be used elsewhere. So, and we're not going to be able to carry that much more. So we've got to think about what it is that we want, when we're moving about. Anyway, let me just go back and fill this stuff in. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I feel like I should just leave stuff where it is until I need it. And just to save you guys time, what I'll do is if I have to backtrack a long way, then I can just pause the game and backtrack. So you're not seeing me kind of like move back through the game unnecessarily. But yeah, just depend. Again, your feedback there is welcome. And well, you know, is really important because you might want to see that stuff. So let me know if you do. Okay. So yeah, where there are doorways to the west and the south. Let's try going west. I'm just going to try and explore everything first. Okay, we're in the dam lobby. Okay, so we went west there, but that actually took us back down this way. Look, so this is where Zork gets kind of interesting because west actually took us back here. Look into the dam lobby there. Now, I'll just show you again. So if we go north, look, we're going to be in the maintenance roof. If we go south, okay, we can also go back to the dam lobby. So south and west both take us back to the same place. So this is where Zork can get, you know, and text adventures in general can get it confusing. In my opinion, this is just, you know, my opinion. This is like the gold standard of the games from the 80s. Okay, apparently, most people say that this is like, you know, Infocom games were the best. Now, I didn't play a whole lot of Infocom games, but I don't remember other text adventure games having this feature so much where you would, you know, multiple directions would take you back into the same place. This makes mapping this game a bloody nightmare. And I'm lucky. I've got like this cool tool, this fantastic little tool called Trisbort to you know, to do this. So it's really easy. But if you were doing this on paper, man, it was a bloody nightmare. You had all these loops going on, and you know, like just yeah, people have uploaded their maps, their like scans of their maps from these original games onto the internet, and you can go and look at those, and you'll see what I mean. When you see a map of Zork, it's just crazy. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, let's go back up into the maintenance room then. Yeah, doorways to the west and south. It's funny because both of those took you in the same direction. Let's just examine chests, tool chests. Chests are all empty. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of inviting you to put stuff in there, isn't it? We've also got a group of buttons. Let's examine the buttons. Which buttons do you mean? Oh, wow, okay. Okay, there's not going to be anything special about those. So we can probably hit a bunch of these buttons. But before we do that, let's just continue exploring. Let's just head back to the dam lobby. And then, so here we've got, we can go north and east. Let's try going east. Okay, we're back in the maintenance room again. Okay, right. So all doors from the dam lobby seem to lead to the maintenance room. It's kind of odd. Let's just get that in. Oops. And this is a one-way. Get out of the way. Yeah, sorry. I'm still figuring out how to use this software. Right, so. And what you want to do with these, you can give them a one-way arrow or something. Like, for example, this one here. This one should be, oops. This one's a one-way arrow that way. There we are, look. Okay, it's very cool that it remembers which direction you drew it in as well. All right. So let's go back then down to the dam lobby. Okay, and then we're going to go back south. I might just take a look at the guidebook. Read guidebook. Okay, flood control dam number 3. Flood control dam number 3 was constructed in the year 783 of the Great Underground Empire to harness the mighty Frigid River. This work was supported by a grant of 37 million Zork mids from your omnipotent local tyrant, Lord Dimwit Flathead the Excessive. This impressive structure is composed of 37,000 cubic feet of concrete. It's 256 feet tall at the centre and 193 feet wide at the top. The lake created behind the dam has a volume of 1.7 billion cubic feet, an area of 12 million square feet, and a shoreline of 36,000 feet. We'll now point out some of the more interesting features of FTC3 as we conduct you on a guided tour of the facilities. You start your tour here in the dam lobby. You will notice on your right. Okay, all right. So, is this just flavour, or is this telling you something that you need to know? Who knows? Interesting stuff, though. All right, so we're going to leave those. We're going to leave the guidebooks there. There's also a matchbook. Let's examine that. It isn't very interesting except for what's written on it. Is it beautiful FTC3? Okay. All right. I'm just going to leave that here for now. What we'll do is we'll go... Let's just look and see which our exits are. Yeah, it's south. So we're back in the dam. Let's examine the control panel. Nothing special about it. There's nothing special about the bolt either. Okay, let's continue. We're going to continue exploring. So we can go north, south, and west, and a scramble down. Okay, so you might find... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. We want to... Oh, there we are. We want to go... Maybe try... Can we scramble down? Yeah, we're at the dam base. Okay, let me just expand this about out a little bit. There we are. Okay, and then we'll create a dam. Let me pause this, guys. You're at the base of flood control dam number 3, which looms above you and to the north. The river Frigid is flowing by here. Along the river are the white cliffs, which seem to form giant walls stretching from north to south along the shores of the river as it winds its way downstream. There's a folded pile of plastic here which has a small valve attached. Okay, examine plastic. Examine valve. Nothing special about the pile of plastic. Okay. We might be able to use a wrench on that, perhaps. Anyway, let's continue exploring. So we're going to go... So we can go north and south here. This is at the dam base. Where do we want to go then? Let's try going north. It's only at the top of flood control dam 3. Okay. You're at the top of the flood control dam number 3, which is quite a tourist attraction. The sluice gates of the dam are closed. Behind the dam, there can be seen a wide reservoir. I think we were here before, weren't we? Yeah. So this is the... Yeah, this is just a dam. This is taken... So that was north. North took us back this way. Let me just... What a confusing game. This one is just a normal path. There we are. Okay. All right. So we'll try... I think we'll scramble back down again. And then we'll go south from the dam base, see where that takes us. Oh, you can't go that way. Okay. Cliffs which seem to form giant walls stretching. Oh, okay. Above you and to the north. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so it does actually tell you can go up or north in order to get to the dam lobby. Let's try going up. Okay, up's actually taking you to the dam, not to the dam lobby. That's really interesting as well. So this is a one-way. Yeah, and we've got to change that direction. Can we do that again? I forget how you use this now. All right. I'm still getting my head around Trisbort here. Yeah, it's because I'll tell you what the problem is. Let me pause this, guys. All right. Okay, where are we going to go? There are paths to north, south, and west. Where are we? We're in the dam. So we've basically explored this, I think. Okay. I'm going to go back and see what we can find. Let's go back to the deep canyon, I think. So that's going to be a west from here. Oh, Reservoir South. Okay, so again, we've got one of these winding roads. You're in a long room on the south shore of a large lake, far too deep and wide for crossing. There is a path along the stream to the east or west, a steep path climbing southwest along the edge of a chasm, and a path leading into a canyon to the southeast. Okay, so let's just get this sorted out on the map. Okay, let's go southeast just to see if this takes us to the canyon, as I expect it is going to. Yeah, this. Okay, so southeast. This is going to take us to the. Oh, it's going to take us to the canyon. Like that. And I'm pretty sure, hold on, patches lead off to the east, northwest. Okay, so southeast. Hang on, southeast, that's southeast. And this is going to be northwest. Is that right? Let's try going northwest. Yeah, okay, that's right. So look at this. Look at this crazy map. So actually, we want to draw this over here. That makes more sense, look. There we are, look. Imagine having to do this on graph paper, man. This would be really, really difficult. You'd have to constantly be redrawing it and using a rubber. remember pens and papers and rubbers? I'm sure lots of you office people still use them. Okay, there's a path along the stream to the east or west. So yeah, we're back in the Reservoir South. Let's try going west. Oh no, we went west before. That took us to the deep canyon. East is going to take us back to the dam, I think. Yeah, so let's go back to Reservoir South. West, oh no, west takes us to Stream View. All right. Let me just get this in here. You get me to see me put this one in, look. You. Okay. You're standing on the path beside a gently flowing stream. Let me just get the path in here. The path follows the stream, which follows east to west. Okay, so let's try going west again. The stream emerges from a spot too small for you to enter. All right, so this looks like a dead end. Examine stream. Nothing special. Okay, we'll go back to the east. Steep pathway climbing southwest along the edge of the canyon. Okay, let's try going southwest from the reservoir. Okay, this is a chasm. So southwest is this way. Ba-dum-ba-bum. So yeah, this is what I mean. Here's an interesting thing about these games, right? There's a little bit more to it than just interfacing with the user interface of the game, and or with the game through the user interface, I should say. You've also got the kind of drawing stuff as well, right? And whether you're doing it with a mapping tool, I mean, some people use auto map tools, and some people like to draw them by hand, whatever. I like to do them by hand, but you've got this different connection with these kind of games, and I think that when you've got a game that's like that is a text-based game like this, you need everything you can get really in order to immerse you, because this is really immersive if you can kind of get into this sort of thing. But the more connection I think you have with the game, whether it's just viewing it, or whether it's physically by doing something else. This is something I learned when I was looking at cognitive science when I was doing my degree, and but I think that the more that you have, the more sort of tactile engagement you have with the thing, the more connection you get with it. And this, I was sort of touching on this kind of thing with the video that I did about long, slow strategy games, how to play long and complex strategy games. And the kind of conclusion that I came to was that the more time you spend with it and the more you engage with something, the more likely you are to retain your connection when over a long period of time, or as the going gets tough, when you've got a lot to do. So I think that I'm probably more likely, if I know for a fact, right, that I'm more likely to finish this game if I spend the time mapping it out, as I would be if I didn't, So yeah, it's kind of interesting stuff, and it makes me, as somebody who likes to toy with game design, it makes me think about all these kind of things that you can do with games in order to increase immersion. Now, of course, I think that this kind of immersion it's likely that younger people, modern audiences, or whatever you want to call it, the people who don't come from that era, I think they're going to have a harder time getting into stuff like this. There's no doubt about it. Now, I don't mean to underestimate the youngsters, by the way. Some of those guys guys and girls are interested in stuff, from our period. And I follow some YouTube channels of some really, really, like the latest generation of these kids who are fascinated by, older stuff, just as I was with older music and, stuff when I was growing up. So don't underestimate them. However, I do think that there's lessons to be taken from this kind of stuff in order, when you're thinking about games design, and it's not just going to be applicable to older people who grew up in a more patient era, let's say. I think that there's lessons to be taken from this for everybody. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm playing this, because I think it's really, really interesting to see how these old games worked. Anyway, let's continue. The chasm runs southwest to northeast and a path follows it. Let's try going southwest again. Okay, so we're in an east-west passage. Oh, there we are. All right, so this has actually taken us... let me just bring these over here. There we are, look. So we're in the east-west, so we went southwest from there. So there's a narrow stairway leading down. Yeah, we can't get back up this way. This is a one-way. I think this is one way, because we're in the east-west passage. Now, this is where I was actually trying to get back to, because I remember that we had this stairway going down. So let's go down there. Okay, right. Well, that's weird. This takes us back to the chasm. All right, so, wow, okay, let me draw this. Okay, there we go. So I'll just reorganize this a little bit. This map's starting to look a bit crazy now, so I'm just going to try to keep it looking as neat as I can without completely screwing up how it looks. It's not going to be easy, I'm afraid. Okay, so chasm runs to the northeast and the path follows it. Yeah, okay, so we're back in the chasm. All right, so wonder if we've about... No, we can go back to the cellar, I think. All right, so let's try going... we go back to southwest, down to the east-west passage, and we're going to go west. This is the troll room. We've got an axe here. Let me just jump that into there as well. There we are. That's interesting that they use the English spelling of the word axe, even though this was an American game. That's quite interesting. Okay. So we want to go south. Oh, and there's a forbidding hole leading west. Let's try going west then. Maze. Oh dear. All right. So maze is going to be fun to try and get through. So I'm going to go back to the east into the troll room. So yeah, this is going to be maze, and mazes are probably one of those things. It's not going to be massively exciting for you guys to watch me try and figure out. So I don't know if I'm going to. Oops. I don't know if I'm going to do the maze yet. So it's just what I'll do is I'll map that myself. Now that mazes are going to be, yeah, that's going to be like a nightmare. Mazes are, I think I mentioned this at the start of the series, right? But the people who play interactive fictions now, so let's call them the interactive fiction community. They decided that because they were bored of interactive, the old interactive fictions games, they've mostly stripped out 3 things from their games. Okay, combat, mazes, and puzzles, which are the 3 things I think actually kind of make these games kind of interesting. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not super enthusiastic about mazes, and they got rid of them because they were just like, look, when you've done one maze, you've done them all, right? And I get that, I understand that. However, I still think that there's got to be a way of doing it that's kind of, I don't know. Now, bearing in mind that the interactive fiction community know these games like the back of their hand, like way more than BattleMode does. So I'm not gonna kind of overly question their game design decisions. And what I will say is though, just on a more general level, I've tried playing modern interactive fictions games and they don't really suit me. That's not really my kind of thing. I prefer I think I've said this before, but I prefer games that are still games, but they use a text interface. Okay. What I don't really want to be doing is doing loads of reading, or when somebody's trying to make it art, it sometimes feels like a little bit too pretentious, or that you're kind of taking a deep dive into somebody's psyche, and that's a little bit too personal for me a lot of the time. Like if I'm in the mood for it, that's great, and so there are some excellent writers out there. There's no doubt about it. It's just not always my kind of thing. When I want to play a game, I don't really want to be reading a book necessarily. And this doesn't feel like reading a book to me. It feels more like, reading the description in a game. Anyway, let's continue. So we're in the troll room. I think we're going to go back to... Let's go back to the cellar. So that's going to be south, I think. Yeah. Okay, we're back in the cellar. So on the west, we're actually back to close to almost where we started now. Look at this crazy map, look. So... we're dark and damp cellar with a narrow passageway leading north and a crawlway to south. Let's crawl to the south. Okay, we're east of Chasm. Oh, right, okay. Look at that. So, does that actually take us to the chasm? You're on the east edge of a chasm, the bottom of which cannot be seen. A narrow passage goes north and the path you're on continues to the east. Let's go to the east. Okay. This is an art gallery. Okay, so this is... I guess we're back up here then. Wow, look at this. I'm going to have to move all of this around. Yeah, it's going to be great. So we went east, didn't we? Okay, let me just draw this up. Okay, we're in the gallery. This is an art gallery. Most of the paintings have been stolen by vandals with exceptional taste. The vandals left through either the north or the west exits. Fortunately, there is still one chance for you to be a vandal, for on the far wall is a painting of unparalleled beauty. Let's examine that painting. There's nothing special. Okay. Take painting. Load is too heavy. Okay, we can't take it. Slash painting. Hit painting with sword. I've known strange people, but fighting a painting? Very good. Cut painting. Sword. Your skillful swordsmanship slices painting into innumerable slivers which blow away. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I could probably have taken that back. Oh well, never mind. So yeah, I probably damaged my score there, but never mind. We'll see what we can do. So most of the painting has been stolen. Let's try going north. And a studio. Okay. This appears to have been an artist's studio. The walls and floors are spattered with paints of 69 different colours. Strangely enough, nothing of value is hanging here. At the south end of the room is an open door, also covered with paint. Dark and narrow chimney leads up from a fireplace. Although you might be able to get up it, it seems unlikely you could get back down. Okay, so this looks like we can get back to the... where are we? Well, it's going to take us back to the house here. So I think anyway. Anyway, loosely attached to a wall is a small piece of paper. Let me just map this quickly. Okay, I've reorganized my map a little bit, so it looks a little bit more like what we're, what I think it's going to be. Now, this here, the gallery that we're in, I think this is going to lead to the kitchen. If we go up, I'm assuming it does anyway, and it's a one-way. Okay, so. Yeah, so strangely enough, nothing of value is hanging here. At the south end of the room is an open door, also covered with paint. Loosely attached to the wall is a small piece of paper. Let's just examine this piece of paper. Examine paper. Congratulations, you are the privileged owner of Zork 1, the great underground empire, self-contained and self-maintaining universe. If used and maintained in accordance with normal operating procedures for small universes, Zork will provide many months of trouble-free operation. Okay, I hope it doesn't take months to play this. It might do. Okay. South of the room is an open door. Well, that will take us back to the cellar, I expect. Let's try going back up. Try going back. Oh, you can't go up there with what you're carrying. All right. So let's go back down. Okay, sorry, south. I mean, back to the gallery. It's an exceptional. Oh, hang on a minute. I made a mistake here. That was a studio. We've got to put a new thing in here. Let me do that. All right. Okay. So this is in the art gallery. So we've done all that. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go west. Oops. Sorry, wrong one. We're going to go west to the east of chasm. You're on the edge of a chasm at the bottom of which cannot be seen. Oh, I didn't actually put this in, did I? Okay, let me just put this in. So the path continues on north. Whoops. Okay, that's the cellar. So we actually want to go south, and that takes us to east of chasm. Let me just put this in. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to, I think I'm going to take us all the way back into the kitchen, and I'm going to, the living room, and then I'm going to drop some stuff down there because that seems like a good place to store things. So, yeah, let's do that. So we need to go north. Oops, sorry, wrong button. So north in the cellar, then we want to go up. Trapdoor is closed. Oh, open. Door is locked. Oh no. Okay. Okay. That's kind of one way now then. Somebody's locked the trapdoor from above. Interesting. So in order for us to get back, we're gonna have to crawl up without our gear. Interesting. So let's go east. North. It's unlikely you could get back down. Let's just drop all. Okay. And then let's try, I'm just going to save this, by the way, just in case this is a bad idea. Let's try going up. Going up is empty-handed is a bad idea. Okay. You're in the kitchen. Okay, there we are. So we can't go back down. Only Santa Claus climbs down chimneys. All right, so we're back in the kitchen. Let's try going to the west again. Close trapdoor. Let's open trapdoor. The door reluctantly opens to reveal a rickety staircase turning into darkness. Okay, so we can get back here. Yeah. Let's go back. Let's go down then. Okay, south, east, north. Let's grab the take egg. Up. Can't get up there with what you can. Okay, so we need to, so we can't take the egg up. Up. Okay, west. Put egg in cabinet. Put egg in trophy. Okay. Okay, so you'll notice that we actually got some score for that. I should have done that with the painting as well. Although whether I could have got up here with the painting or not, I have no idea. Let's go. Oh, open trapdoor. And we go down. Okay, let's go and retrieve our items. And then I'm going to save. Sorry, then I'm going to end the episode, guys, because take all. All right. Guys, I'm going to end the episode here because we've hit half an hour. I hope you enjoy the series. Like I said, I don't expect many people to be watching me playing this, but I'm going to play it as long as I'm finding it fun to play. And it's one of those things where I might just come back to this every now and again and see how I can get through it. Whether I'll complete the entirety of Zork, I have no idea, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.